Hi friend, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing my skincare on you and in soft-spoken style. This has been highly requested, the products that I use, and I thought it would be very tingly to apply them to your face instead of just talking about them. So we're going to get right into the video. I'm going to sweep your hair back out of the way. This way I don't get any of the products in your face. And I'm going to give you a little backstory on my skin. I am 36. I'll be 37 this year. And I used to smoke for 20 years. Yes, 20 years. Smoking was kind of a thing, you know. Vaping wasn't around, and I wish I never smoked, but I did. And I've been smoke-free for 6 years. Gonna be 6 years at the end of the year. And I deeply regret smoking, obviously, you know. Nobody really, I mean, you like smoking when you do it, but it doesn't really, when you stop doing it and reflect back, I don't miss it, at least. And it really affects your skin. You couldn't imagine if I didn't smoke, my skin would be even better. And I'm really pretty happy with where it's at. I've always had very dry skin. I've never had any oil production. I wish. So with being dry, you typically get a little bit more fine lines. Don't get fooled. People use lighting or cameras make us look flawless, but we all have imperfections that we don't like, that are hard to get used to as we get older. And it's been a journey for me as well. Nobody's skin journey is perfect, but I'm really happy to share the stuff that I do use because I feel like it's really made a huge difference in the last year. Alright, I'm just going to put this cute little pineapple headband on so we don't get any of the products in your beautiful hair. And I've been using almost all of these for a year. So these aren't new products. I've bought multiple of most of these. And yeah, so let's get right into it. I'm going to go in and take your makeup off. I love to double cleanse. I just started doing this last year. And I use the Versed Cleansing Balm. It has vitamin E and eucalyptus oil. It is so smooth. The texture is so like a really light oil. It goes from a solid, like most cleansing balms, goes from a solid and melts all of your makeup off and turns into a liquid once it touches the hands and you rub it in. I actually got introduced to this product by the Versed PR team. Reached out to me and they sent me their best sellers, and this was in the kit. I have since purchased it, I'm gonna say 10 times. It has a really beautiful eucalyptus scent to it. Really nice for the end of the night or starting your day. And this just melts everything off. I find that because I'm an avid makeup wearer, I definitely need to double cleanse. It's not necessary, but nothing's necessary that I'm going to show you. I also have never had any procedures done, like no Botox or fillers, chemical peels. I've never had any medical treatments at like a day spa or anything like that. I've had I think one facial my entire life, which is a shame because I I really love being pampered and having in life, you know, real life ASMR. So yeah, this is the first cleansing balm. So typically I would go in and wash my face with some water, and it's going to turn into like a milky color. It's not like using straight coconut oil. That stays very greasy, whereas of this really like slips off. But I do find that it leaves a little bit of a film, and I do need to go in and use a cleanser. So I'm just gonna wipe that off the face. I would love to get some microneedling treatments in the near future. Maybe lasers I'm open to. I'm very hesitant with injectables, only because I'm very paranoid about having an adverse reaction or not liking the way I look, you know. I just feel like I've looked in my face for almost 37 years, and I think I don't want to feel trapped in my own face. I know that sounds weird. I would love to get Botox. It's not that I don't want to get it. But I think my anxiety definitely holds me back. And also I toy with aging and accepting aging, and then also wanting to maintain and be the best version that I feel comfortable with. I think everybody should do what makes them feel comfortable. Okay. I hope you guys are enjoying this video so far. So my cleanser that I love is from Skin Fix. This is the Barrier Plus Foaming Oil Cleanser. This stuff is so good. It's great if you have dry skin. The entire line is phenomenal. I mean, granted, I've only really religiously used this cleanser and also the moisturizer, which is great, and I was using for probably about a year, but I've since switched, and you'll see that. So this has a really nice slip feeling. It says it's an oil cleanser, but it feels more like almost like a soft, foamy cleanser, but it doesn't really foam. It's very gentle, so if you are suffering from maybe like a broken skin barrier, too many actives, this is really a nice, gentle cleanser. I will say sometimes I feel like this is not the most like cleansing, pore sucking cleanser you can find, but that's not really, I feel like, the point of this one. That's why I feel like double cleansing definitely lends well with this particular cleanser. Just going to come in again and wipe that off. Also, I use a ridiculous amount of steps in my skincare. It is not necessary to use this many steps. This is just what I like to do because I'm extra. So do with that as you will. The next thing I like to do is go in and tone. Now, I use a few different toners. So my holy grail, ride or die acid-based toner is the Inkey List PHA toner. So if you're familiar with AHAs and BHAs, this is a PHA. I find this to be the gentlest out of all of them. I was recommended this at Sephora by an esthetician, and God bless, because he literally turned me onto that product, and I have not used a different toner since, which has been like over a year and a half, I think. And my husband recently bought these clean extra large face pads. I actually prefer like the cheaper ones from the drugstore. I like these when I'm taking my makeup off because they're like pillowy and thick, but I find them to be a bit like expensive for just like my toner. I don't know. I feel like it just absorbs so much product. But these are really nice. My husband picks out such nice stuff for me and him. And he's really good with like skincare. He has his own like little routine. He has a very oily skin. Not very, but much oilier than me. I like to say that I use reusable, things for my face, pads, but I don't. I'm not going to sit here and tell you something that I don't do because I use disposable ones. I know I can always be better, but sometimes I can barely do the laundry. I'm really bad at organization. So I'm going to apply a little bit of that and press that onto the skin. I do always my neck. I do like to kind of sweep this onto the skin. I feel like it just exfoliates a little bit. And I find this gives me the most beautiful glow. You can use this day and night, but sometimes if I feel like over here gets a little irritated, because I've had dermatitis before, I will back off and I will use it like just at night or just in the morning. But it is much more gentle than some of the other, like I said, BHA, AHA toners. But I always feel like my skin just gives like a little bit of a glow. I'll never forget the first time I used it. I'm like, wow. A little, just an extra something that really made the difference for me to continue to use it. So from here I have 3 other toners that I like. This one is a peptide skin booster. This is the 𝐒𝐿 6 peptide skin booster. This is not really like a toner, but and then I have the rice toner from I'm From. That's the brand. And lastly, I have the Tier Milk Skin Toner. As you can see, we have a little bit of a theme here. I love hydrating products, especially when you're really dry. Now, I like this immediately after my toner. I find that this just gives an extra boost of vitamins to my face. I can't say I'm like, wow, that's that one product that I'm missing. It's not, but I like it. And this bottle lasts forever. So you get 5 ounces. It's going to last you a while. So I do like 3 to 4 pumps. And I find that it just adds this instant hydration. And it's very liquidy. It's very watery. And it's just kind of an invisible serum. It's not going to be sticky at all. But I really love it. Now, I'm a little, like I said, unnecessary extra, will you say? I use both of these. You can mix them together. You can put them on one at a time, but it's totally not, it's honestly redundant almost. I would choose one. Which one do I like more? I don't know, because I always use them together, so I'll tell you the difference. I feel that the I'm From is a little bit lighter. This one is a little bit more viscous. It's a little thicker. And I feel like it's a tiny bit, I don't know if it's more hydrating, to be honest. I think they're both equal in that department. They just feel a little different. I do notice, however, when I use like either one, and if my skin is a bit irritated, like the barrier's a little broken, sometimes this can give a little bit of irritation. I'm not sure why, but overall, it makes me feel super hydrated. So, again, you don't need both, but I'm going to put both on you, because that's what I do. I started using all of these products kind of at the same time. The Skin Fix I started first, and then I incorporated the 𝐒𝐿, I think. And then I think I got into the other Milky Toners, but I started really exploring Korean skincare. And the one thing I noticed the most is my pores, and my skin is just so clear, you know. I've never really had a lot of breakouts because I don't have a lot of oil. I get like hormonal, you know, breakouts. But my skin, I like to go in the sun. That's another thing. I used to tan like crazy. I'm a millennial, okay? We were in the tanning beds. We were at the beach, baby oiling it up. I couldn't even imagine what my skin would. I always say to my husband, what would my skin look like if I didn't do all that stuff? But you know what? That was the time. That's what people were doing. That's what we were doing. I still love the sun though. I do not stay away from the sun. I do put SPF though on nowadays. But I just am a lot more cautious with my face and body. But I like to enjoy the outdoors. The sun gives me life. I'm an ocean girl. Like, the ocean makes my heart sing, makes me believe in everything that's spiritual, because I don't know what it is. I think it's like if you're a mountain person, you love the mountains. And if you're a beach person, you love the beach. And I am a water guppy. You cannot pull me out of the water. 5 more minutes, Dad. Okay, anyways. The next thing I do after those toners is I'm going to go in with my snail mucin. You guys probably, if you're still here in this video, leave me an emoji. Leave me what kind of emoji? Leave me some like blue hearts or any blue emojis, because we're hydrating you. I feel like if you're on TikTok or you're into skincare, you've definitely seen this serum. One, it's an incredible value. You get almost 4 ounces, actually 3.5 ounces of serum, and it is so hydrating. I find that this really gives me that glass skin, and you can pat this, you can rub it. I know that a lot of the Korean skincare brands that I buy from say that you're supposed to pat. And I really feel like this just kind of seals everything up that I just put on. Kind of like drinks in the toners and just like then settles into my skin and really gives it that nice little glow, mixed with all the other products. Like I said, a lot of products, I know. But yeah, so then after that, I typically will go to my moisturizer. At night, I like to put an oil on. I've always loved oils. I used to not really do all of this. I only really used like oil on my face. That was always my moisturizer. Since I was 17, I used jojoba oil. And then, you know, oils became so popular. So there's so many different kinds for every kind of skin type. And sorry, I keep looking at all the products. But yeah, so now I typically will use my oil at night instead of being my end-all be-all moisturizer. This is the After Dark. This is from the Apothecary Girl. This is my friend Alyssa. She is a New York State licensed holistic esthetician. She is not only gives you real ASMR. If you want to go visit her, she lives far from me. We're on like the opposite end of the island, so I'm gonna go get a facial from her probably in a couple of months, but she just doesn't live close to me. But I'll leave her link below for her Instagram. If you're in New York, if you live on Long Island, go see her. She's incredibly talented. She will put you to sleep if you're looking for ASMR. She also watches ASMR. We've talked about maybe doing a video together. I said you should start a channel because she's so talented. But she made this oil. She makes skincare, and this is to me her best product. This is going to be rosehip, 𝐒𝐿𝐻, pomegranate seed, vitamin E, lavender, and geranium essential oils. She does specially make mine without lavender, but the other ones come with lavender. So and she just repackaged or rebranded these oils in a really cool bottle. So I'm gonna go in, and this is what I typically would guasha my face. So I'll apply the oil and get that nice and smooth into the skin. And then I go in and just to kind of remove or kind of drain some of the lymphatic system, I'll use my guasha. I do not do this every night because I can be lazy, but I do love doing it. So I'm just going to move up right here. I'm thinking about doing this cool toned look on my Patreon, which I'll link below. I have over 135 videos on there, and I take requests. So just getting everything to flow, and I really feel like lately it just like snatches the face. Then I take this side, I go up a little bit. I hope you guys enjoy the soft spoken. I know typically we do whisper, but I don't know what's going on. There's so many loud cars. Okay. So now that we have that, my final product that I use, I've used different moisturizers. I used to use the Skin Fix, like I said, barrier cream, which is really good, honestly. I loved it, but it is expensive for what it is. It's just a barrier cream. I don't feel like, although it's formulated great, I love their packaging. It's so simple, so right. I love the color. I really have been enjoying this 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻, as you can see. It's almost an empty 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻, I don't know how you pronounce it. It's a barrier cream. If you're familiar with the La Roche-Posay, which I've also used, their barrier cream, which is amazing. I think it's like the B5 cream. Love that. I want to say I like this one even better. It just gives such a great barrier. You can really pile this on after you're done. If you use like tretinoin and you want to add something for moisture and sealing in that protective barrier layer, this is going to be so good. Anytime I've gotten, I don't know if it's not contact dermatitis. I forget the name. I'll put it periodontal dermatitis. I think that's what it's called. I cannot use vitamin C. I get very allergic. I don't know if I'm allergic, but it's too active with other stuff. But ever since I was like in my 20s, I cannot use vitamin C. I will immediately get like blisters. It ends up looking like little like bumps. I know this sounds gross, but I'm just telling you what it is in case you ever get this. And it's like severe irritation, very itchy, chafy. It's so terrible. I looked on Reddit and someone suggested this, and this was a lifesaver. It literally healed my skin. So I'm going to apply a little on you. And it's like this really nice, thick white cream. And you just feel hydrated. I wish they carried, maybe they do, like a body butter balm. So as you can see, it's thick. But it is going to lock you in. Now, of course, if you're doing a daytime skin routine, you put your SPF on, but I'm going to be honest, I'm really bad with SPF. I always wear it at the beach, but I'm really bad about applying it daily. I'm just being honest. So, it's something I need to get better with. But yeah, this is really going to lock in all of that moisture. I'm just going to rub it on my arms. I also started using this on my body a little bit, and I feel like it's making a difference. Okay, so that concludes my everyday skincare routine. And not every day I use every product. Most days though I do. Sometimes I shorten it if I feel like just not spending as much time in the bathroom or getting, winding down for the night. Different energy levels for different days. But I try to do it almost every day and night. And I wanted to mention 2 products that I like that I use like once a week. The Ordinary BHA AHA Peeling Solution. I know this is kind of a controversial product, but I've been using it for years and I feel like it makes my skin so nice. You can definitely overdo it. I would start very slow. You can go up to 10 minutes with this, but I would really do like 1 to 2 and bump it up. And if you have very sensitive skin, this is going to, I have sensitive skin, but with peels, I feel like I can usually take them. This is going to disrupt your barrier if you do it too often. I'm not an esthetician, but I'm just telling you my experience. But if you use this within reason, it gives you just like an extra little boost. Because I don't do medical grade skincare and I don't go get treatments in office, I find I've been using products like this since I'm gonna say 19, and I feel like that's why my skin looks nice for smoking and tanning the way I used to. Another product that I don't have but I love is the Dr. Dennis Gross peel pads. I find that these 2 do very similar things. Those are a lot less irritating, and they come in 2 strengths. So I love having those. I use those like maybe once a week, or I'll use this once a week and then that. So like every other, because the peel pads are very expensive. Peter Thomas Roth used to make a version, but then he changed them. So if you have any recommendations for peel pads that you cannot live without, please let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too rambly, but I thought it would be fun to get a little more personal and talk a little bit about my skincare routine and also give you guys some tingles. I hope this was helpful. And just to give you a gentle reminder that don't compare yourself to people online. We all have things that we like about ourselves and that we're hard on ourselves, and we don't need to be giving ourselves any more of a hard time. Life is tough enough. And you're beautiful and you deserve to feel beautiful, and I hope that this video made you feel beautiful and relaxed. Okay guys, I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for your continued support. It truly means the world. Have a good night. Bye. Hey, how was your day today? I'm so proud of you that you landed your dream job. I know you had a really stressful week with interviewing and waiting to hear back, but I wanted to pamper you before you go to bed. Would you like me to maybe read a certain